You know, I continue to maintain that evolution thinking only screws up people's minds when they're trying to do science, especially the forensic science about the past. Here's another article: Fossil shakes up lemur evolution. Fossils always do, actual evidence does, but it's all about, and perhaps you can enlarge and pause and all to read this whole article yourself. But it's all about how there are lemur fossils on Madagascar, and they're trying to use evolution theory to interpret them. Notice that the bones, the drawings of the bones here show the scale, that 2 millimeters is pretty teeny, and that's what that's the only evidence they had. So they filled in the gaps with evolution thinking, and then later somebody decided that really this lemur fossil was more like the teeth of a fruit bat. And then they thought about it again, and the guy who originally discovered it admitted, yeah, it does look more like a fruit bat. I think it's a fruit bat. And look at what it says here near the bottom. It says evolutionary trees based on tooth and jaw analysis and available DNA data pointed to a link between the two ancient species and the Aais, which were mainland. And then it says, well, maybe they migrated in 2 waves, but then it also goes on to say that the guy who originally said that it wasn't, they weren't related to fruit bats, are related to fruit bats, and they just got all confused about it. And then this later it just went on, well, it's highly improbable, and we're not gonna go with that. And it goes back and forth and back and forth. Evolution based derivations on almost anything, sometimes just by dumb luck they lead to something that's actually true, but more than that, they lead to erroneous thinking, lines of research that are fruitless, and eventually, or fruit batless, eventually end up at dead ends where they have to admit and turn around. Unfortunately, most research lines don't actually go to the logical conclusion. They're happy once they think they've added to the preponderance of evidence for evolution, and they stop their research right there. As soon as it does what the devil wanted, sorry folks, but that's what it's all about. And once they did what the devil wanted and added to weight to the poundage and the confidence they feel they can have in evolution, then they quit thinking. You have to stop thinking in order to go that way too, and I'm so sorry that I have to say that, but I see it over and over again. If they didn't believe in evolution, we'd fix this superbug germ problem. But no, they're so afraid to use antibiotics. We should actually use a cocktail of at least 5 antibiotics every time we give someone antibiotics, and then the survivable strains wouldn't make it through and reproduce so wildly. We would kill them all when we get it's longer. So many things in agriculture, medicine, have no benefit by thinking in evolutionary terms, and as a matter of fact, lead us off into wild Darwin pigeon chases, I guess I could say. Well, look, that's my little doodah for today. It's not super heavy, but it's just an example of the way evolutionary thinking stifles real thinking, but you keep thinking. God bless, Dr. J.